Hi and welcome to this episode of Resilient Voices. Today you will meet Charlotte Noëlle, a authentic leader, a business owner, a leader when it comes to change your life and lead an authentic life. So just listen to her conversation where she shares her story in an open and vulnerable way. Charlotte, welcome.
Thank you so much, Jessica, for inviting me to the podcast.
I'm so happy to have you here.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, we're talking about resilience here. And normally I just sort of jump straight into the topic. And I think I won't do anything different this time. So please take us to a time that was sort of if there's a defining moment or a specific situation where you had a breakdown or something happened that just really required a lot of resilience to power through.
I think like most people, I went through small cracks and maybe minor breakdowns in certain areas of my life several times. But I remember on the 11th of May, 2021, my whole life cracked down from different major parts in my life. I'm talking about like my business, my career, my relationship, like in major aspects of my life. It all started to crack down in a matter of like 5 days.
Wow.
And the funny thing is, like most people, you don't see it coming. It was exactly in the time where I'd never been more happy in my life than the months before the 11th of May, 2021. To take you back in time, like I run one of the leading platforms in sustainable tourism. The team of 10 people was just wonderful. Like getting paid to travel the world was a dream come true. And 2021, as most people, like it was still quite some lockdowns. The world was still in this contraction phase of COVID and so on. So it was a weird time generally. But I had the opportunity to travel in Costa Rica, Central America, even sailing from Panama to Colombia in that time. And was just like, it was so easy to make money. It was great to just work a couple of hours a day and just enjoying life for the first time in many years, like actually creating a little bit of like time for myself to enjoy traveling again after so many years of doing it professionally. And I was living on a high. I had a great relationship in Belgium, came back, and I remember it was my mom, her birthday. Her birthday is on the 21st of April. And because of lockdowns in Belgium, I just came back after traveling, came back to Belgium, and we were ordering some Lebanese foods for her birthday because we could go to a restaurant. And I remember sitting in front of my mom and saying, like, I've never been this happy. And fast forward 2-3 weeks later, my whole life collapsed. And that's when you go from that high to that low in such a short amount of time. It brings out a lot of shadows. It brings out a lot of your own shit to deal with. So basically what happened after the 21st of April was, somewhere beginning of May, out of blue, I lost like 100,000 euros in the business. Well, out of blue, like
that was a substantial amount.
It's a substantial amount. That definitely took a lot of my energy, mind space. And then on Monday evening, my relationship ended out of the blue, without a decent reason, without heat tapping into fears. Looking back, there was an answer why, but like in that moment, it was just like, it's over. That's it. I cannot do it. And we were literally gonna move in together, right? Like 1-2 weeks normally after that, like out of blue, it just ended. And then the funny thing of how the universe works, you're gonna think like I'm making this up, but I'm not making it up. I remember that I was like, so fuck this shit. Like the business having such a hard hit, the relationship that I thought was like the relationship, like out of the blue, slipping out of my hands and like nothing I could do about it. Not even having the chance to fight for it or nothing at all. And I remember I was like, I'm gonna book a Reiki session. And I did the Reiki session, but I also asked intuitively, do you know like a good psychotherapist? Because I think I need one. And the funny thing is, I don't know in the system, in the countries where your listeners are from, but like if you search for a psychotherapist, there are wait lists, often quite long, quite severe.
Yeah.
And she handed me that phone number. I call her and she just answers, there's a spot opening up Wednesday morning, 9:00.
And this was after this.
Wait, no, we're talking Monday. So it was 100K. My relationship ended. And on, I think, Tuesday morning, I call the psychotherapist and there is a slot the day after. What happens on Tuesday, my mom out of the blue calls and she says like, can you come pick me up from work? Because apparently I have to go to the hospital because there is something wrong with my eye. In the beginning, there was like, okay, the first hospital that she called said like, you cannot drive yourself, like come here ASAP. They were thinking that it's not the iris, but like the thing of your eye was letting go and she could become potentially fully blind in a matter of a few minutes, hours, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So it was a major urgency. We went to the hospital together and there they were like taking time. It was like, we want you to drive ASAP to the university hospital in a different city. And you can already feel like the tension growing. They're not telling you everything. Like you can feel that. So we get into the car. I'm already like, oh, she's going to go blind, blah, 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 blah. And like she needs emergency surgery or whatever. We arrive in the university hospital. And there the weird thing starts to happen that you're of course fast-tracked. They know it's an emergency, but then it's like one more doctor coming in and one more doctor coming in. And all of a sudden there's 7-8 doctors in the room. And then they say like the head of this department is here. And then you know this is not going to be good. Like if they start calling in so many doctors and the head of the department, something is wrong, severely wrong.
Yeah.
And it's the first time in a long, I don't think I ever told the story in so much detail, but I had to wait outside. And then, my anxiety was growing by the minute of watching so many people go in, and you can feel it in your bones. Something is severely wrong. And then they called me in as well at a certain point and told us both like, we have bad news. This is a very rare form of cancer. Oh, wow. And my mom just fainted on the floor, and that's basically the first thing they said. Like, we don't do those kind of things. There is almost no doctor that does this. And then so that's on Tuesday afternoon. Basically, you're there, you're in a hospital. Out of the sudden, it's from going almost blind to like, it's a very rare form of cancer, and that's the only thing we can say. And maybe 40, 50 people a year get this disease. And that's where the story ends. Like, you can lose your eye, but like nothing, like there's nothing there. Like, that's it. You go home and that's like...
That's what they sent you home with?
Yeah, that's just basically the only thing in the moment it's cancer and that's it. And that's, they cannot tell you much more than that, right? Like, and I remember like all the fears and especially when it's someone so close to you, your family, the fear of losing that person. But I do remember how beautiful it was. Like, my parents have been broken up for a long time, since I was 10, 11-ish. But he was the only person that she wanted to tell it to. Otherwise, she didn't want to tell anyone.
Okay.
And he was super supportive. And it was just a very weird thing. But then on Wednesday morning, out of the blue, the right timing of the universe, the thing that I needed the most was psychotherapist, someone to talk to, because I was going through severe panic attacks and so on. Yeah,
that was because of everything that happened the last few days. I mean, talking about
coincidence.
Yeah.
Weird, no? That in the moment you need it the most,
Yeah.
you find yourself sitting in the person that you need the most at it. Like in front of
It
you.
must like the universe had some sort of different plan for you for the reason for why all those things happen at the same time, and then, but then sort of supported you in the same instance as well. Or what do you think?
Yeah, I felt exactly what I needed. I needed to. My psychotherapist is Lucy, and I still invest in that. I still see my psychotherapist after several years, but it's something like in those moments you need someone to talk to. And I remember on that Tuesday, on the moment we heard it's cancer, that they were like, who do you want to talk to? And I was like, I don't want to talk to anyone. Like literally no one. The one that I wanted to talk to was my boyfriend, but he broke up less than 24 hours before. So I had there were people that I could have talked to, but I just felt like the only person that I want to talk to about this is gone off my life as well.
Yeah, and you didn't feel like you could sort of reach out to him anyway or anything that. It was
not at all.
Yeah.
So that just felt like lonely and I was like, fuck, like, well, who am I in my life? Like in moments like this, what's still left of who I am or whatever. And yeah, that psychotherapy definitely helped me, but it's weird how it's there exactly the moment I needed it. And it's fast forward, like I started tapping into, normally when you get they tell you it's cancer, like the reality is that a lot of tests are needed. It takes months. Many countries, it takes months before you get all the answers, before they actually know what kind of treatment is possible. And one of the dark shadow sides that came out was I was trying to take control over everything I could take control over. It's a saboteur aspect in myself that comes out when I'm triggered the most. Like I try to take control.
Is that something you've had from earlier on, or did that develop then?
I think I always had it. I had always like a little bit like trying to take control in situations, used to have to lead and take responsibility from a young age. But like taking control and like I had this kind of mindset, which I now know it's not the best one, but I was like, you're either gonna bend or you're gonna break, but it's gonna go this way. It's like I didn't really take no as an answer. I was like, in some aspects in sales and so on, I could be a little bit like a pit bull, like going for it and not like go until like I pushed. Like I was used to pushing through and pushing hard and against all odds, keep on pushing, which is in some cases is a positive thing to have. But in other times, it also comes out as a huge control freak, a shadow side. So it led to me waking up every day at 6 o'clock, starting to call every hospital that I could get my hands up, because at 6 o'clock, the emergency starts to open. I was just, it doesn't make any fucking sense. But like I started to call all of them. Like, and I need you to put me on the phone with a doctor that can schedule this. Like, and we need to know the answers. We need to know the PET scan. We need to like, probably pure waste of time, pure waste of energy. But like, it was just trying at least to control something in that situation. Yeah. But it was just a shadow coming up.
Yeah, but then as well, isn't it also a way of creating some sort of, I mean, control is in a way trying to create some sort of safety, security, that you have some sort of control of the situation, and that will bring you something.
Yeah, but it's looking back, it was probably just an illusion that we could create safety from taking control, especially in a medical condition where I am not like, I don't have anything with medicine or the background of it. Like, I don't know anything about it. I'm all about business. Like, I don't know much about it. Yeah. But it's like the safe, like the illusion of indeed like trying to create safety in an unsafe situation by taking control. Looking back now, it's with all the steps and the transformation that came out of that period, And I've been confronted recently to be back in that situation. And now this is out of my control.
Yeah.
And I feel a sense of surrender to that, and a sense of trust, and a sense of it's okay. Whatever, like, it will be what it has to be. And there is a protection and a safety in knowing that.
Yeah.
So even though, like, now, fast forward 3 years, 4 years later, I was confronted with the same situation again. The cancer was back, almost to the point where, like, almost dying. I handled the situation 180 degrees different, from a place of inner peace, of course you're freaked out, and of course you're scared, but I was not trying to take control at all. I was taking control of what I could control. My mental health, my business, my life, trying to support in whatever way possible, but not taking control of things I could not take control over anyhow. Like, that's the fake sense of...
Yeah.
That's 180 degrees change in a few years, thanks to breaking down all the way.
Yeah. So I've just noted that it's actually the 8th of May today, so it's almost on the year day. Sort of some sort of anniversary of where you started to reshape.
Yeah.
I mean, the breakdown helped you to actually reshape
to the life that I have today.
So so when you're in the midst of it, you don't really see that. Then you're just, then you're overwhelmed. You're scared, upset.
Yeah, you don't see all the beautiful things that will come after it.
Yeah.
And it's beautiful to be reminded of that, because the life that I have right now, I was thinking, would I do it all over again? Of course, you don't want any loved ones to get sick, but I would do it all over again to end up where I am today. But I would do it with way less shadows and trying to take control and being so hard on so many things. Like, I would try, like, I feel like I learned how to trust situations like this, because on the other side of a breakdown, you come out and a beautiful life waits.
Yeah, isn't that where, I mean, I think, isn't that the reason why things, they don't happen to us, they happen for us. They happen for us so we can grow, so we can develop, and we can transform it as human beings.
Yeah, exactly.
But in the moment, you can't really see that. But with what the learnings, the experience, you're now you're different.
Exactly.
You do things differently.
Yeah, exactly. And you don't see it in the moment, but, like, my whole life changed after that. My whole life. Everything that I was holding on dearly to, everything that I knew that was my life, my success, the things that I wanted, all was ripped away. And it made space for a whole new version of me. Yeah. A whole new life.
I think that's so beautiful.
So beautiful.
Beautifully said. It made space for.
Yeah.
So when you sort of got yourself, when you moved on from that, I mean, obviously that took time to actually start to sort of move from the situation you were in on so many different levels. What was the first thing that sort of, how did you do it? What were the steps that you took? Can you recall, except from getting a psychotherapist? But
I think very quickly with the psychotherapist, we moved from talking about the events of all the ruptures in my life to the inspiring visions, and to start dreaming again, and to start holding myself to learning and opening myself again. I think underlying that inspired me a lot. Another thing that truly made a big impact on my life was 2-3 weeks after the breakdown. I ended up sitting in front of a doctor because I was crashing. I was literally crashing. I didn't sleep anymore. I was like, and the doctor told me, like, I want you to go home and I want you to tell your team what is going on. I want you to step away from your business for minimum 7-8 weeks. 100% convinced my whole business would fall apart. 100%. I was like, it's
Yeah,
not going to
because you were a
happen.
person with control issues at that time as well.
Well, that's nicely put, yeah. So I was 100% convinced, like, this is the end. Like, there goes the money income. Like, this is the end. But the amount of understanding, the deepening of the relationships with customers, with the team in my life, that happened because I showed up and I was honest about what was going on in my life. I needed to experience that. I needed to learn how to show vulnerability to strengthen connections, also in professional settings.
That is beautiful, because, and also it's such a brave thing to actually show your vulnerability.
Yeah,
but that's the only way to be authentic, isn't it?
it's true. I just never saw it or never experienced it so deeply before until I had to. Until life pushed me to, like, step away, do it, show up authentically, show the pain and the support that I felt. And the weird thing is, my business started thriving. The more I learned to let go, the more I tried to surrender, step a bit more away, the better and better it started to, like, move. And that's a very weird thing, no? Like, that it's just out of the blue. Everything that we think is going to collapse from taking control, and then you see the bigger picture, you step more away, you remove yourself. Life just supports it, and the business is just more supported than you thought.
Yeah, that's beautiful. And I'm thinking, isn't that also, you talk about this, that they're used to pushing things, like you're almost like forcing things through, and now you let go and surrender a bit more and let things flow. Isn't that just a different energy? You're moving a bit from a very masculine, forceful energy to more flowy, feminine energy.
Exactly.
Yeah,
It wasn't a very extreme matter, but, like, it's something that I'm still learning, getting better at. But there is a power in us women.
Yeah.
When we work, when we align, when we move from a feminine energy and build business from a feminine energy, we need the masculine. We need frames. We need structure. We need the masculine side as well. Yeah. But we need the feminine as well. Yeah. We must allow for it and make space for it to happen. Yeah.
And it's also about balance, isn't it? Because I think that, I mean, in the business world in general, or in the world in life, the masculine, the results, the pushiness, that's been rewarded. So it's it's obvious that that's where you go, that's what you do. So that's where you, I mean, if everyone around you is sort of like encouraging that and supporting that, then that's where you go. But it's a mismatch. Then it's it's out of balance.
Yeah, and it's crazy how much those kind of energies and how we relate with them are shaped when we were young. Because I literally was born in a construction company. The business was in the house where I grew up. I was almost born, like, my mom, her water broke, moving an excavator. Like, all men, always in the business, always men having meetings and businesses. My mom was working in a business, but all from a very masculine energy. Like, that was the only framework that I knew around work, job, career, business. It was the only framework that I knew. And life learned me to see a different angle, to understand the beauty and the power that we have from working from our creation and our feminine energy. Yeah. So, but I think a lot of it is already, like, the way we grew up, the things that we become more comfortable with. Yeah. So yeah, that definitely helped. And then I remember at a certain point that there was finally a doctor that was something that I want to mention, because I think it's so important. If they say, like, okay, you have cancer, this is the treatment, this is the first doctor, please go for a second and even a third and a fourth opinion. Always. Always ask extra opinions. Yeah. Because if you would have followed the first one, she would have lost her eye.
All right.
And probably the cancer would have spread severely anyhow. The fact that we kept on like using our personal network, try to hear stories from other people. That's why it's so important that we share our stories.
Yeah.
And that there was someone connected in the family that also had issues, pointed us to another hospital. And there we found a doctor that was able to do a surgery to take out the tumor and keeping the eye, because the cancer was literally forming in the eyeball. And the moment we heard that news, I could feel like it was a weight lifted off my shoulder. And I was like, let's celebrate this moment. I believe strongly in like those wins we have to celebrate. We have to anchor it in our energy. We have to anchor it in our belief, because resilience, courage, it's a muscle that we build.
Yeah.
It's hard things that we do, that we overcome. And we build the muscle from getting better and better at doing those things. But also celebrating those wins anchors our belief in ourselves that we can do the hard thing, that we overcome the hard things.
Yeah,
So.
I think that's a great reminder that how important it is to celebrate.
Yeah. And during that celebration dinner, out of the blue, I hear myself saying, I think I'm going to take my stuff, I'm going to throw it in a car, and I'm going to drive to Portugal just to have a few weeks to myself, for myself, like to just give this a place in my head. Traveling was my obsession, my passion. It was the way I was seeing and processing the world. I just needed like 2-3 weeks to just be alone, be in the car, drive, and everything that happened needed to get a space in my mind, but also in my heart. And I remember during the celebration dinner that I hear myself saying that. I was not even thinking about it up front. I was just like, and a few weeks later, I did it. I took an old car, put in 2 suitcases, started driving south without any decent plan. And I always struggled quite severely with feeling guilt.
For leaving?
For leaving. I'm the only child of my parents. And for some reason, I had like a very inbuilt feeling of guilt every time I would leave my mom. My mom never had like another partner. I would always feel a severe form of guilt when I was leaving her alone. And that was even already when I was in school, and then in the week I would like be in school, and the weekend I would like go back home, be there. Like already that was a big sense of guilt. I moved to Barcelona and Toulouse. I studied the international. Every time it came with a major push of guilt. But then the moment she was still, there was not a surgery yet. She was still sick, and I took off for 2-3 weeks traveling by myself. I felt so incredibly guilty. And I remember that I cried literally hours, days, until I crossed the border with Portugal, nonstop. It was like all the tears that I didn't cry came out. And I had no direction. I was just like, it's Portugal, but where in Portugal? No idea. And the moment I reached Portugal, I felt like, okay, something processed, I have a little bit space, I have a little bit air to breathe again.
That was an act of self-love, wasn't it? To remove yourself from the situation, because you needed it for you.
Yeah. And that's something that we as women are maybe not always claiming to do it for ourselves. We're always giving, we're always doing for other people first, but sometimes we need to fill our own cup. We need to do the things for ourselves.
Yeah. And I think this is the silly, when you're in an airplane, if something happens, then you should always put the oxygen mask on yourself in order to be there for someone else. I think that really is a good reminder, even though it's quite corny, but I think it's really a great one, because if you don't fill your own cup or your own oxygen, how on earth are you going to be there for anyone else?
Yeah, exactly.
So well done for being so brave and just listening to your calling, because there was something more. It was not in your analytical mind. There was you were driven by something different.
Yeah, it was really a calling. It was really intuition, whispering loud, like, I need to do this.
Mm.
And even though there is no plan, even though it's it seems like from the outside, reckless, selfish thing to do, but if it's your intuition calling you, it's time to listen. And for some reason, it led me straight to Ericeira. And we're 3.5 years later, I'm still here. So that's one of the major. I always thought I would I had a feeling with Portugal. It's like a second home, but I would have never been so brave to change my whole life to move to Portugal if it wasn't for that breakdown.
Mm.
I would have not been so brave to let go of my business in the end. Like that followed 1-2 years afterward. Like, but it's so many. Literally changed my whole entire life because of that breakdown.
Mm.
But if you would have told me beginning 2021, like, you will let go of everything that you know, I would have said, like, my life is great. Like, why would I do that? Like,
yeah.
But this is even better. My life now is even better.
Yeah.
And there is a part of me, and I'm now learning to rewrite that. I'm again in this phase where I'm like, I've never been happier.
Mm. Does that scare you?
And there is a part that I felt like, oh fuck, the last time I was this happy, everything crashed.
Mm.
And I'm consciously rewiring that. I remember that a few months ago, we did a breathwork together at your place.
Yeah.
And breathwork, as you know, was something that I was a little bit scared of.
Yeah, I know.
Not a little, like just severely scared of.
Severely scared, yes.
It was a lot of resistance. The first time that we started talking, there was always something like, I'm not sure. Like, I would like, always something came up until there was an opportunity to, like, we got to know each other way better. We built more of a connection and started to trust you more and more.
Yeah.
And then there was a beautiful opportunity to do it in a safe setting, just with you and one more person, also a friend. And that felt so safe. And I also went into that breath work where I was like, all the shit is gonna come out, all the childhood trauma, all this kind of, the control freak was already how am I gonna control this? Like the surrendering to it, like which breath work basically is, it's a surrendering. But I remember also coming out, I was so freaking happy. And I think that breath work also, like, the learning in my system to embrace and lean in and trust that I can be happy and not a fearful, like, now it's gonna crash again. Like, it's something in your body, in your system that is needs rewiring for it to embrace it more and more. Like, happiness is our birthright. Like, it's and to learn not to let that fear rule and to release it from my body is not an easy thing, but I'm trying more and more, and and
you're doing the work, and I know that you've tried some other supportive therapies as well. Is there something you want to share about that?
I tried probably almost everything you can get your hands on. The moment I moved to Portugal, Ericeira is very well known as a spot where there's so many healing opportunities. There's so many different things that you can try here. And I literally went like almost full business mode on it. Like, I tried everything. And I think it's a combination of doing different things and keep on working on yourself that in the end really life changes you. It's not one thing in particular, at least for me. But the thing that always gave me courage, the thing that gave me strength and especially hope, I think, was ayahuasca. And the funny thing is, the first time I did ayahuasca was the 8th of December 2020.
Okay.
Before the breakdown, before my life crashed. And I'm pretty sure if I didn't do that ayahuasca before, I would have handled it even, I was going to say worse, but it's like, it would have been what it would have been. But like, there was a hope carrying me through it. And that hope was established in that ayahuasca.
Okay. So you connected to spirit in some way, or how?
the first time I did ayahuasca, and for everyone that was in the same situation like me before, I had never heard of ayahuasca. And then out of the blue, everyone started to talk about ayahuasca. And I was like, did I live under a rock? Like, what is this thing? Like, out of the blue, everyone starts talking about it. I was like, I traveled the world. I do know a thing or two of what is happening in the world normally. And I was like, I never heard of this. Like, nothing at all.
Yeah.
But that's the medicine calling you. When it starts to come from all different angles and everyone starts to talk about it, then there is something calling you there.
Yeah.
So I literally learned to follow the call. And when I went for the first time for an ayahuasca ceremony, I did it in the Netherlands, really good institute. But I was 100% convinced, like with breathwork, like, oh, it's going to be so dark. It's going to be so much childhood trauma. It's going to be like all the darkness. I'm going to like feel horrible. Like the same fear as with the breathwork. Like, this is going to be so hard. And it was the same as with the breathwork. I did the first ayahuasca and I was 100% prepared to like puke my living soul out. And the whole experience was beautiful. It was joyful. It was easy. It was giving me trust and hope. And I saw my future mostly. I also got some insights of the breakdown that were going to come, but I was not so... There was a certain sense of everything will be okay. And without that ayahuasca, I would have handled that whole breakdown different. I would have lost a certain hope, and I think I would have lost a certain softness and kindness, and maybe also we could call it self-love, but like the thing that called me to follow my intuition to Portugal. To, in the hard times, to learn to even trust the intuition more, to connect to it more. And I think ayahuasca is the thing that made me follow my intuition more than I ever did before.
Yeah.
So that's how I ended up in Portugal, basically.
And when you look like when you sit here, almost, it's like 4 years. It's only 4 years. Yeah, it's 4 years. So do you feel like you were guided all the way? Like, do you feel like this was everything was happening for a reason, for a purpose, and
now at this time more than ever in my life.
Yeah.
It's hard to see it when you're right in the middle, but like you have to keep trusting that you're guided.
So then you believe that there's something greater than you and me in this room.
Yeah, I do believe that. And I don't care how people call it. Don't care if people call it God, the universe. Doesn't matter. But there is something, I believe there is something bigger than us that guides us. And every step of the way that is hard, that is feeling like it's putting you in a complete different direction, we have to trust that it's for a reason, and that what comes out of that is going to be better than we ever imagined.
Yeah.
Because the good things in life, how good it gets, we could have never imagined it.
No, that it can be even better.
It can be even better.
You think that you lose something that's really good, and not knowing then that there's something else in store for you. There's something better. There's something more
bigger. Yeah.
But you think that, we're talking about this with breakdowns. Do you think that if you haven't had that big breakdown, would you have been in the same place? Would you have been here?
No, I don't think so.
Yeah.
And there was so much that got enabled from that breakdown. The relationship, the healing that I did on myself. I also, like, right after moving to Portugal, met my ex-boyfriend. We were together for quite some time. The healing that he pushed me through, the mirror work, like, all those things wouldn't have happened. And I needed that to become this version of myself. And I know I'm only getting started.
Yeah.
It's But do I also know that life comes in waves? I know that.
Yeah.
I know there are going to be other challenges. I know, but like there's a deep sense of trust that we're guided.
Yeah.
That I did hard things before, that I overcame a lot of things before, and that it's going to be fine. And that I don't lose myself in the process.
Yeah. And I think as well as what you just said about before you did ayahuasca, before you did the breathwork session, and that you sort of, you were a bit scared, but you still went through with it. And I think that would be, part of, growing resilience, isn't it? That you really, you keep on going and keep on doing because you're trusting that there will be something better on the other side. This will benefit me. This will make me feel better, better. To become better, more healed, whatever that is that you need to.
Yeah, it's doing the thing that scares you, doing that. It's gonna be uncomfortable for a while, but it's worth it on the other side. And something that I realized recently with my boyfriend was like, for some people it works better to step into this courageous acts of like, are we gonna heal ourselves, our past and our patterns when we do it for someone else?
Yeah.
That you like, sometimes it's hard to just keep on pushing yourself to do it just for yourself. But if we know we do it for the love that we create and what we deserve, if we do it for our children, for our future generation, for me at least, I can do a lot of hard stuff.
Yeah.
Because I know it's for the people that I love. For myself as well, and it's super important. But it's easier to keep myself pushing, to grow, to overcome fear, to heal, to get better in some ways, because of the people that I love, for the people that I love. So
yeah, that's a good like message. And I think that for myself, I've been doing a lot of that, but now I've come to a point in my life where I actually can say to myself, I do this for me because I love me, because I am the most important person in my life. But it's been a long journey to come to that. Because first it was, like you say, it's because I do it for someone else. I do it for my children. And now I just I can do it for myself because I think I am worth it. And it takes some time to get there, but I think it is possible to. And in the end, I think that, who knows what people are going to be in our lives, but we know that we're always going to spend time with ourselves, like 24 hours a day.
Yeah, exactly.
So
you better like the person
yeah.
that you spend so much time with.
Yeah. Otherwise, it's difficult to spend that time, isn't it?
Exactly. Yeah.
So thank you for being so open about your experience. What would you say would be, if the definition for you for resilience and the best tool to grow and what?
For me, it really feels like it's a muscle that you can train.
Yeah.
Look back at the times for yourself where you overcame something, even if it's just a self-doubt, something that and I did it anyway kind of feeling. Look back at the moments. Look back at how many of those small collection points you already have in your life. Look at how many times you already worked that muscle of resilience. And find the confidence, like you can grow it, you can do more and more, you can put yourself in uncomfortable positions.
Yeah. Become
more resilient because you know you got yourself.
Yeah.
You can, and those moments, it doesn't have to be this life-changing hard breakdown. But the small moments where we prove to ourselves, and I did it anyway.
Yeah.
And I got out of it. And I overcame. I healed. I loved again. I laughed again. Like all those moments where the moment you think like, I will never feel this again. I will never love this way again. I will never heal this pain or not feel sad or whatever, look at how many times in your life you did come out on the other side and you did it again.
Yeah.
And those moments build trust in yourself for being able to be resilient and overcoming whatever comes your way.
Yeah,
So.
I like that and how you explain it and what you say about it is the muscle that you actually, if you keep on working it, little by little, it becomes stronger and you become more, you know that you can get yourself through it.
Yeah.
So that is a great way of looking at resilience, and I think it is.
What would it be for you?
I think it is very, very similar to that. That it's that we just keep on going. You keep on falling. You fall. If you fall down, you stand up. You keep on going. You go through the challenge, the difficult situation. You keep on going, and sometimes you also need to rest and be just in that big pile of messiness, being that human that. I mean, I've gone through that. I've been lying down on the floor and just cried and just felt like I can never, ever stand up again. And sometimes you can just allow yourself to do that. But know that when you actually do step up and keep on doing it, that's when you build resilience. And you got the resilience in so many levels, in so many areas. And emotional resilience, you got like the body, how you build your body and I mean, in so many different areas. But I think it is just keep on going. I think it is what resilience is.
And do you feel, because you said like in the messiness of it all, or in the messy middle, as we call it, every time you find yourself once again in the messy middle, do you feel more trust now when you're there?
And I think as well it is that, and also with the extent of like, the healing work I've been doing and with all the breath work, especially I've been doing and other like healing methods, that my nervous system is so because obviously I mean, it's you build resilience through, it's a reaction of stress. So it's a stress. And when you got a calmer nervous system, you can actually withstand more. So it gets easier to move through. So it's like in getting more and more calm in the midst of the storm. But that also comes with the daily practice of mindfulness, meditation, breath work, and all of that, and the grounding in nature. I think that's it's possible to be strong even though it's really, really shaky.
Yeah, love that.
I think it was a time where I was thinking like, my God, I become numb, emotionally numb. I don't feel as sad or as angry as I had some sort of expectation of how it should be, how it should have been. And then I just realized I've just sort of become more, obviously I get like hurt and but I do have more bandwidth to deal with it. So I get more sort of, I guess it's a higher degree of resilience in a way.
Oh.
So I find it becomes easier to cope with difficult situation. The downhill is not, you don't fall as far down as you do when you have that big breakdown. And when you really feel like you're never ever going to rise and stand. You sort of, it's more like it's up and down, but it's not the down. So not, I mean, the down that they don't go as deep and don't stay as long.
Yeah. And I something that I say is the reason why I'm still with a psychotherapist after those years, and I don't talk to her like every week or even not every month, but I keep on doing it, even though my life doesn't have those huge down periods anymore. But I keep on investing in it because I feel like I keep on investing in myself, but I also keep on investing in creating a toolbox. I do more, like I still do like healing sessions, hypnotherapy, body work, like every few weeks, because I'm creating a toolbox, because I know we have the waves. They are unavoidable. We have the ups and the downs, but the more we have toolbox, the more we have people in our life that we trust, that when we find ourselves in the depth of a wave, that we know we have a toolbox, and we will be reminded of our own toolbox to get out of it faster and more resilient again.
Yeah.
And that's something I feel is an investment in yourself and in your life that we keep on investing in.
Yeah.
And it's not like I need someone else to hand me the tool.
No.
It's just I need a reminder that I have it already.
Yeah.
In the darkness of it all. And I'm also realizing lately, like, I am in a messy middle. I'm in a very intense messy middle currently. And there is excitement, there is fear, there's so many more emotions than I ever felt.
Yeah.
And it's messy, but there is also a deep trust. And I have people around me that I know support me, and it doesn't feel dark. It's messy, but it's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Isn't that the beauty of life, though? When you fully live it.
Yeah,
when
I
you
love it as well.
Yeah, because it has all the palettes, all the colors, all the seasons, everything. Mm-hmm. And you got the storms and the thunders and the calm breeze and the sunshine and it's all that. It's that dance, isn't it? Yeah. It's the dance of life that is a blessing. I mean, that we can be here and just sort of be in it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, thank you for that. Is there one thing you want to say and just share with, except from what you just said about keep your weekly regular practice and build your own toolbox? Is there something else that you want to sort of share with the listeners?
The first thing that came to mind, and I don't know why, for me, is the universe has your back.
Yeah.
Trust it. Trust that there is something supporting you. Something is having your back.
Yeah.
And I don't know why I felt so hard, but for me that was a game changer to start believing that, to start hoping for it. And also only recently was a small thing, but something went wrong with a car, and I was it was a shitty situation, it was messy, it was blah. But I was calm and smiley and happy in it because it was this is protecting me from something worse.
Yeah,
it's okay.
Yeah,
it's okay. We'll figure it out. It's okay. It's not ideal, but I trust that I'm supported from something else that could have been worse.
Yeah,
and this kind of trust, is that maybe just a way of coping with life in a different way, or making it easier for your mind? Maybe, but it works.
Yeah, it works because you get your life is easier to handle. It's
because you just wait this is messy, this shit is no, it's not nice, but it's protecting me from something even harder. And to look at it from that way, as you said, it doesn't happen to us, it happens for us.
Yeah.
And to start looking at life from that angle, it just helps to find inner peace.
Yeah, and I think another thing is also that what you just said and what you this would start to listen to your feel into your calling and see the signs and follow the signs and what sort of that you keep on seeing and hearing. It's okay, this is a message for me, and just really be courageous enough to go and find it out, and maybe not just courageous but also a bit curious about. I wonder what this is. Yeah. Should I just try it on?
Yeah. I can do a whole episode on that. I'm the queen of seeing following my signs. I love nothing more. And there are so many there's so much guidance if we open ourselves up to it. Yeah. It's just a matter of can you open yourself to allow yourself to see it, because it's there.
Yeah.
So the guidance is there, the purpose why we walk this earth. Everyone has a reason why they walk this earth.
Yeah.
And it's just a matter of connecting to our truth, connecting through our intuition, connecting through who we really are, our own story, our own life path. And we all have a bigger vision and a bigger mission in life that just naturally evolves. And those big breakdowns are part of our story, are part of why we walk this earth, what we're here to bring to the world as well.
Thank you so much. I think this is will be the last inspirational words for today. Thank you so much, Charlotte, for your vulnerability, for your openness and willingness to share about your life's path. And I'm super, super curious about where it's taking you. So thank you so much.
Thank you so much for your time today.
Thank you. And thank you to all your listeners. I am sure that this was an inspiration and that you enjoyed this as much as me. So there will be some more information on where you can connect with Charlotte. And just go out there and listen to the signs and build your resilience, because it's a gift from universe to you all. So with that said, thank you and look after yourself. I encourage you to subscribe to Resilient Voices and follow along on social media, where we'll be sharing updates, resources, and stories from our growing community of resilient women. And if you ever feel inspired or have a story to share, don't hesitate to reach out. I'd love to hear from you. You can also use the hashtag Resilient Voices to connect with other listeners who are on their own journeys of transformation.